Welcome into week 4 of Intentional Lounging, everybody. Apologies for us being on a little bit later than normal. We did have a little bit of a medical issue in my immediate family, so I appreciate the time. And kind of had me thinking a little bit. And I thought it'd be be good for the show, opening up with this a little bit, that we are not big content creators. As you can see at the top, I hit 1,100 yesterday. We don't make any money off of this. Right now, we do it for the love of the game. Hopefully, at some point, we can get to the point where, we can make a little something so we can do these, have more frequent lives, do more type of stuff, give back as much as we can. And I was thinking, man, me and Bobby, I was up. We had a thing that we had to do about an hour away. At least for me it was. So last night, recorded with Bobby, and then we went till about 7:30 or whatever. So late enough in the day that you don't want to be going out, that I had to drive out to Bobby's house. Woke up early so we could go to this event together. Came back, worked all day, and then had to get off work early to go to the hospital, go be with her for a little bit. And then come back here, get everything done so we can get back on with you guys. And on top of that, we do our research every single week, right? Either we go in, we look at the stuff, and it just makes me think about the guys at ESPN. That when you guys are getting your information, really consider how much they care, because we do this every week because we want to. We're hungry for it, and that's what I like to think of us as, a hungry channel that we're going in. That right now we just try to beat Vegas. We always say listen in, cash out. It's not us against each other. If I'm making money and Ethan's making money, that if Ethan made more money than me, I'm not mad about that. We're all just trying to beat Vegas. We're all trying to make some money here. So just being a hungry channel, I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys are hungry too, because that's what all we're about here, is just making some money, man. And if these guys are on ESPN, I'm thinking, man, they're just going in, drinking some coffee. All right, now we're going to talk about who we think's going to win this game. Bro, how much time and effort do you think they're putting into that? Either A, they played for that team, so they're just going to pick that team every time anyways, or B, they're just it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. I'm going to be on back next week like the weatherman, right? It doesn't really matter. But you and me, we post our records every single week, and so if we're gonna be bad, there might be some comments about us. So we had another good week this week. What was this, the 9-7, 9-7, 10-6 week? I believe it was, or at least we all had good weeks coming off. But just being a hungry channel, man. I'm happy that we're like this. You got anything to add to that thought of getting your media and your picks from the big corporations versus small channels that care and do a lot of work for it?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'll add is, like you said, at this point, completely unpaid. I clocked in 9 a.m. on the nose this morning, worked all day until 6:37 p.m. unpaid. That is without, right now working another job, where most of the time that we've been doing this, I have worked another job 9 to 5, and then it's doing this all on top of it. Now I am focusing more time than I was then. I'm able to write more articles for us, obviously do some of the daily filmings, killing NFL right now. And I think because I'm spending so much extra time dedicated to the NFL. But yeah, and now we're about to go live for, an hour and a half, 2 hours. You and I are immediately filming college football right after this. So we're going to be going more than 2 hours tonight. So, that's we're talking 10, 11 hour day.
Yeah.
So that being said, the 1100, which Ben, congrats to you and Bobby getting up to 1100, the chase that we've been on for, better part of 2 months probably last night. But we really appreciate all 1100 of you guys who are with us, part of the Better and Green family. But if you're not, consider subscribing to us. Like we just said, really helps us out, helps us get closer to some sort of monetization. And yeah, like you said, we're not just hopping on here and half-assing picks. We work on this stuff all the time. Outside of other real life issues, real life things that come up, like The little scare today with your
Right.
family, other events. We have lives, we do stuff.
Yeah.
You work a full-time job.
Oh yeah.
Um, we do stuff. So, I mean, it's a huge commitment. So yeah, we always appreciate the subs, the likes, the comments. That's why we ask for them so much, because, we work so hard for this. So we really appreciate all of that. But yeah, you got to be careful where you get your info, because the talking heads on TV, they don't get paid to give out winning picks. They get paid to talk. So
That's a great way to put it. That is a great way to put it. I saw a video and a thumbnail about the fall off of the Chiefs with Colin Cowherd, and this is a guy who just, I believe, like, his top 10 had like some just really bad teams in it. I'm like, it's because if he did the top 10 teams that are pretty much agreed upon, he wouldn't get comments.
yeah,
If you're talking about, oh, the Chiefs are gonna be fine, you're not gonna get views. The whole thing with television, network television, is you gotta be interested. You gotta go against the grain a little bit, and the more you rile people up, the better you get, man. But that's not what we're about, man. We just try to get you guys the information that you need.
yeah. I saw he might have been onto something, but preseason, Colin Cowherd had the Seahawks as like his 8th best team, and I'm like,
that might have been it.
I'm like, dude, that's for clicks.
Yeah.
That's his hometown team, but like, there ain't no way you're seeing so much in the Seahawks to put them 8th.
Right.
Which we'll get to the Seahawks. They've looked okay, but we'll get to them here.
Yes, we will. They're the Thursday night game too, so we're gonna get to them very shortly. But usually to start off, guys, we start with the game. That way we get our minds going. That way, like we said, we really do care about these picks, so we want to be sharp. So to make sure we're on the same page, Ethan, I got a player today, a player for you. And also, I apologize. We're kind of buried. We have like an empty box over there. Wyatt is on an island right now because he's just doing. Man, he's got to be somewhere with a drink in his hand because he's just been winning that much, right, Ethan?
Yes.
So he can afford to be on an island right now. So Wyatt will be back next week. But yeah, Ethan, are you ready to play, man?
Yeah, and just quick touching on Wyatt there, that's a good plug-in for Ben. Will be filling in for Wyatt on Power 4 picks this week. So on the college football scene, but I also do have Wyatt's picks to give out on the show. So you're not only getting the two of me and Wyatt's picks, you're also getting Ben this week on Power 4 picks. So check that video out. Should be out on Friday. But yeah, let's get into the what did you say? Guess the player?
Guess the player. Yep. I'll let you get started.
Okay. This is just like the 20 questions thing we used to do?
Yep. Just
Okay.
like it.
Is this an active player?
It is.
Does this player currently play in the AFC?
He does.
Does this player currently play for a team that has blue in their jersey?
Yes. Ooh.
Does
3
this
good
player-
hits.
Does this player play east of Nebraska?
Yes.
Is this player an Indianapolis Colt?
He is not.
Okay. Just looking over at my wall of teams here.
And that is a mythical wall, folks. If you have been following along for a long time, that wall has all the answers. If he looks at it and says something, he could tell me the next presidential winner and I'd believe him.
I can still hear Zach saying, "What the hell are you looking at?"
Yes. It's weird, man.
Does this player play on offense?
Yes.
Is this player's jersey number lower than 30?
I would say no.
His current jersey number.
Yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure it's higher than 30.
Yeah, it's higher. It's definitely higher.
Does this player play in the AFC? Hang on, let me get my bearings here. East?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys play along in the comments too.
Okay. feel like I might know it. If I guess and it's wrong, do I keep going?
Yeah.
All right. Is this player Keon Coleman?
It is not.
Okay. I was thinking the 0 gave you some hesitancy on the number question.
It was. I was pretty positive it wasn't, but with all the number changes lately, I was like, let me check that one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not close.
Does this player play for the Buffalo Bills?
No.
Okay. So it's number not under 30, right?
Yeah, not under 30.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Definitely over.
I messed that up. Okay. Is this player a wide receiver?
No.
Ooh. Okay. Does this player, is his number the same number twice?
No.
Damn. Let me look something up really quick.
Okay. Any guesses in the comments? Any questions in the comments that you guys think can narrow this down? We got an AFC. He plays in the AFC East. There's blue in their jersey. Numbers above 30.
Not a receiver, but plays on offense.
Yes. It's a man.
All right. He's a man. Did this player play? Oh, wait, no. Hang on.
And they currently play.
Currently play. I might have had the jersey number thing wrong. Is this player a tight end?
He is.
You might have to Google search what I was Google searching, but did this player play his college football for the University of Arkansas?
Yeah.
Hunter Henry.
It is. It is.
I was thinking he was 88, which is why I asked that question. I had the
Gotcha.
number wrong.
Yeah, Hunter Henry, we talked about him a lot last night on the Fantasy Football Waiver Wire Live. 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, both touchdowns of the not Pittsburgh Steelers, of the team they were playing against was Pittsburgh, of the Patriots, all points. I believe the game ended 21-14. Both touchdowns came from Hunter Henry. So shout out to Hunter Henry. Hopefully you guys got him on waivers. Hopefully you guys snagged him up. Hopefully this isn't the first time you're hearing him, not about him, but hearing us talk about him. Let's see, man, I'm running out of paper here to write your guys' picks down. But I do have Wyatt's picks with me today. Are you ready to get into it, Ethan?
Yeah, just quick on Hunter Henry. Yeah. I did not get him on waivers, but no one got him on waivers, so I was able to scoop him up this morning.
Oh, good.
The guy I was going for, though, was Dalton Kincaid, so I'm bummed that I didn't get Kincaid. He was somehow out there. But dang. I know he's kind of struggled, but yeah, I was really hoping for Kincaid, but I'll settle for Henry. Also picked up Goddard last week, so feeling better. I had Njoku and Evan Ingram, so I think that's
gotcha.
A decent upgrade to Henry and Goddard.
Definitely. Yeah, I traded Mark Andrews out in Dynasty. I know he had a good game last week. I didn't care to want him on my team anymore, but I have Kincaid, and I picked up Juwan Johnson. So,
yep, like it.
All right, man. Let's talk about these games. I do have Wyatt's picks for the NFL, and I guess you have his picks for college football, Ethan.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about it. First one, Seahawks heading to Arizona facing the Cardinals. Cardinals 1.5 point home dogs. Over-under set at 43.5. This one, I had to use, I looked at the betting splits, and this one's really hard in my opinion. Fellas, I need y'all help. Can you help me real quick? What's up, Millie? Yes, of course we can. This is one of the subscribers we picked up from our waiver wire episode. Beautiful. Of course, Millie. Throw your question in, man. We'll be happy to help you.
Appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. Um, it's tough, and it seems almost like it feels like a trap number too, because Seattle just blew out um, the Saints. Arizona had just had a tough game against 49ers. Not much of like a travel spot for either of these teams. Either Seahawks were home, Arizona and San Fran. That's not a travel. I think I drive further to work sometimes than that trip to that stadium was. Um, I took Arizona here, Ethan. I don't know. It's the points where it's not helping you at all. You get 1.5. Really, this is just basically a money line one. It seems like a lot of people are pouring in on Seattle, and that was my initial lean too, because I've been so down on Seattle, but they've looked a lot better than I thought they would. I'm going to say maybe I was onto something, though, and this Arizona defense can get going at home on a short week. Stupid stuff happens on short weeks. Like, I don't know, the Dolphins keeping it close against the Bills, which we called last week. But I'm actually really interested to hear your thoughts on this game because I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I actually have a pretty strong lean on this game, but I do think I'm going to end up passing ultimately when it comes time to play it tomorrow. But it might be the strongest lean I don't bet. I also like the Cardinals in this game. And we had the line flip. Cardinals opened 1.5 point favorite. They've now flipped to a 1.5 point dog, and I think the flip is inaccurate. I think Seattle becomes the false favorite, but I do think Arizona should be favored in this game. And yeah, coming into the season, you and I, we did a couple futures episodes. You actually brought the Seahawks to my attention as an under 8.5 win total. I started really diving into that, loved it, bet it, released it as one of my strongest futures. And yeah, so now, they go blow out the Saints. I'm sitting there thinking, man, Seattle's, maybe that wasn't such a great bet. But then I think back to the summer, I had them going 2-1 to start the season. I had them either beating the Niners or the Steelers, losing the other one, and beating the Saints. So now to say that, I'm getting worried on them, this is exactly where I had them. Also, I was high on Arizona, gave out their win total over at 2-1. That's also probably right where I had them entering this matchup here. So nothing's really changed from my preseason feelings on these. But yeah, recent memory, you have the Seahawks blowing out probably, well, in my opinion, probably the second worst team in the NFL. The Cardinals lose to San Fran, but that should have been a win.
Yeah.
They had three major drops that would have won them that game. They get the safety late, drop a first down pass that would have ran out the clock. Yeah, just a really fluky result there. They definitely were the right side in that game. Thankfully, they covered the 1.5. But they should have won that game outright. So now you're getting a team off a loss that should have won, a team off a blowout win against a really bad team. And yeah, they looked good, but also, they get the punt return, the blocked punt. I believe there's a huge kick return right after that that really set up, basically 21 points, and it was just over before it even started, basically, for the Saints. So yeah, I think this is just a false favorite here with Seattle. I like Arizona quite a bit. I think they win. Take the 1.5 in case it is another close NFC West battle like we saw last week with Arizona. But yeah, I strong lean to Arizona for me.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. And Wyatt also took Arizona, so we've all been in unison for these Thursday nights. 3-0. Hopefully, we can push that to 4-0. Really happy to hear that. Millie says his roster is Geno, Penix, and then he's got Henry, Chase, Brown, as in, Chase Brown, K9, Jalen Warren. And then he's got CD, Sutton, T, Egg Booty, Pickens, Kraft, and Pitts. So he says he got offered Jacobs and Rasheed for Jalen Warren, K9, and Sutton. Should he pull it or no?
Okay, hang on. I'm just pulling up the comment here so I can keep all this in my head.
Chase Brown's been ass for me, and I'm looking to off this motherfucker, but I feel like I'm overpaying.
Okay, Jacobs and Rasheed for Warren. I don't think you're getting enough, honestly. K9 has looked a lot better than I expected. I mean, you would know more about Rasheed. I feel like there's becoming a lot of mouths to feed on that in that receiving room a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He'll still slot in number one, but Worthy's coming back. Kelsey obviously takes targets. Thornton's looked pretty unreal.
Yeah, he has.
And Sutton, I mean, I'm not a huge Sutton guy, but Wyatt would have shut that down immediately.
Yeah, he would have.
But yeah, I would. It's not the worst trade I've ever seen by any means, but
Mm-mm.
I would say maybe not.
What about if he pulled out? If he really doesn't like Chase Brown, what if he did Chase Brown and Sutton for Jacobs and Rasheed and kept Warren and K9?
Yeah,
Emily, is that something that you would do?
yeah, I'd counter that. Brown and Sutton for Jacobs and yeah, I would counter that.
Because like you said, it's hard that there's gonna be a lot of mouths to feed with Rasheed, but I also think that we're seeing a regression of these second-year quarterbacks, like you typically see. Ask C.J. Stroud about that, but this is third year. But we saw him really start to go downhill last year, and we're seeing a down year from May, down year from Bo Nix, down year. I mean, Jane Daniels got injured, but I still feel like everybody was expecting him to have a down year, and I wouldn't say he came in looking like a world beater either.
Right.
He said I already offered Brown and Sutton. That's what he sent back. Damn.
Maybe Brown, Warren, and Sutton.
Yeah, I would still do that.
I know Warren got a lot of action, but I don't know.
And Millie, who are you most interested in this trade, Jacobs or Rasheed? Do you need another running back, or do you want another wide receiver? Because I mean, I'm guessing he wants another receiver because CD's out. He's got Sutton, T without Burrow. Igbuka, and he's got Pickens, so he's got Pickens. Igbuka and Sutton. It's pretty decent.
I would maybe try to, I would say quarterback's the weak spot there with Penix and Geno, but
that's true. That's true. He wants Jacobs.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't hate Warren, I don't know though. I'm not ready to give up on Chase Brown, but if you don't want Chase Brown, I would maybe try Brown, Warren, and Sutton for Jacobs and Rasheed.
Yeah. A K9 to Jacobs feels like such a lateral move in my book.
Yeah.
So if I'm giving up K9 and Jay Warren, then like I'm giving up depth and a lateral move, and I don't think I like that.
Right.
I've been pounding this guy about Jacobs. Hey, whoa, Millie. You been pounding this guy? No, we were glad you're here, man. You've been pounding this guy about Jacobs. It doesn't help that I'm not a huge Jacobs guy, you know?
Yeah, I don't know that I am either.
Millie, this might be one of those cases where you're just better off standing pat.
Yeah, I agree.
Going after see if he'll throw in a QB. Whatever he is. Now, if I trade Sutton, can I still sustain?
I would think with Igbuka, Pickens, T, CD's only out what 4 weeks.
I saw like 4 to 6.
But also CD and Pickens together.
Right. Is anybody good? Is there any good receivers on waivers, Millie? Because at that point, if he gives up, if he gives up Sutton, I mean, he really can't afford another injury at that point.
Right.
And that's with, I don't know, having T and Pickens as starters is also kind of scary.
Yeah.
I don't know, Millie, I might keep playing around with that one a little bit. But keep hitting us up in the comments, man. We're here for the next hour and a half. So, you ready to get into the next one, man?
Yep, let's do it.
Oh, he's got Christian Kirk on waivers. Ugh. Don't know if I love that.
Yeah, that's the worst contract in NFL history. I'll just say that. Good move, Jags. That's why Jags will stay the Jags.
Right. All right. Next is the Minnesota Vikings at Pittsburgh facing the Steelers. Steelers 2.5-point home dogs. Week of the home dogs. Over-under set at 40.5. What are you thinking here, man?
Yeah, so this is the Dublin game. So the early start.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So not technically at Pittsburgh. Both teams traveling overseas. Good
catch.
I'm not going to play this game, but I lean with Minnesota here. And I feel bad. I don't feel bad. I just keep fading Pittsburgh. And, so far it's gone all right. But I don't believe in Pittsburgh whatsoever. I don't believe in Rodgers at all. The reason I can't play Minnesota is because they looked so good last week, and I can't believe I didn't bet them. Gave them out on the solo video.
You did. I can't believe you didn't bet them either.
I didn't take them. Honestly, dude, I was so hungover on Sunday that it hurt me to even look at my phone, and I was line shopping. I was I don't even care. I just don't even care.
Was college football that bad?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, Michigan State starts at 11 o'clock Eastern p.m. Yeah. So that's basically why I didn't bet them. But anyway, yeah, I can't bet them this week because, they have to be a little bit overvalued, I think, coming off the 48-10 win. I don't like to play the backup quarterback in the second start, but there's another one. Steelers should not have won last week. They won the turnover battle 6-1. 6-1, or maybe 5-1. And we're in a dogfight with the Patriots. Come on. You're telling me this team's any decent at all? They have a bye on deck, which I don't even care. Yeah, it's a lean to the Vikings. I'll wake up, I'll watch it, barring any demonstrous hangover like I had last week. But, yeah, I lean Vikings just because I am so bought off of the Steelers. But, yeah, not going to play that.
Ethan's nice. I'm also not gonna lie to you. Just like Ethan gave you the truth, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up for this game. I'm our boy Shitty Cat. I don't mean to do the Pittsburgh slander. I really don't. And unfortunately, Wyatt's not here to defend the Steelers. But I'm with you on Minnesota, and I'm with you that I think this is kind of a gross one. That if I could avoid this game. Which, luckily, there's no gun to my head saying you have to bet this, so I'll be staying away. I also live in a state that's BS, so I also can't bet it.
Yeah.
But I'm with Yet. Absolutely. Hey, I'm seeing billboards. This is coming soon. I know the date you're coming. Oh, I know the day. Your guys are coming 7 days before my birthday. I know exactly the day you're coming. But, yeah. I'm on Minnesota here also. I forgot that it was overseas. Makes me like Minnesota even just a little bit more because those games get nasty, right? And I think Minnesota is one of those teams that can take this game and really just kind of lay it on Rodgers. So I'm with you. Wyatt's with us. He's also on Minnesota also.
Kind of an early or a little edge, I think, too, for Minnesota is they do play the back-to-back in Dublin. So
oh, yeah.
They're going to have an advantage the following week, but I think also just knowing you're going to be there for 2 weeks, winning that first game sets you up nicely for the second. It takes off a lot of pressure. You don't want to travel overseas, go 0-2, and then come back home.
No.
So, I think that could play a little bit for the Vikings. And, yeah, dude, I just see the Steelers like Colorado with Shadur and Dion and Travis Hunter where – you're never going to get value on them because the public just eats that team up, and they're not that good.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it. Hey, the Vikings, the real Vikings had been there. So give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings, man. I didn't realize that Minnesota played Jacksonville next week. I assume since it's in London, the Jags are one of the games. I don't even know if they do or not.
Jags.
It's not? Who do they play?
Not the Jags. So, yeah. Jags own London, But yeah, since this is in Dublin, they play Cleveland,
Oh, we're doing 2 in Dublin?
I guess. I think.
Wow.
I
Man.
assume they wouldn't. Let me check.
Okay.
I just assume they would stay in the same place, but
Yeah.
let me check. Where is this game?
Millie said, I said, fuck him, I'm holding these bums.
Dude, you're right. Wow, I did not realize that.
Good for you, Millie.
They're going from Dublin to London. Wow, okay. Not an advantage. Not as much of an advantage.
Still,
for
Dublin versus London, it's fine. It's might as well be the same place.
Yeah, my Europe geography is not up to speed. for all I know, that's New York to California. I have no idea.
Y'all are on the wrong show. Sorry about that. He says, I Chase Brown for Jordan Mason, or should I add someone else?
Ooh.
I feel like
Mason.
Do you? For Chase Brown, I feel like he's selling low on Chase Brown if he's only getting Mason.
I do think you're selling low, but I do like Jordan Mason. But maybe that's just because I drafted him really late, thinking there's a chance.
Yeah,
chance happened.
I don't know, Millie. I think for me, I want more than that. I'll be a little greedy. But you're getting a maybe from Ethan.
Yeah, I do think you're. Whenever I am trading fantasy at all, I'm always selling high or buying low.
Mm-hmm.
So just for that reason, I wouldn't sell Chase Brown right now, just because, again, people love to react what they just saw. So wait till he pops off for a 2-touchdown, 100-yard game, and then you're going to get way more for him after that. If you still want to get rid of him, than what you'll get after I don't even know what he did last week. I know it wasn't good.
You know who's real happy right now in fantasy? David Montgomery owners.
Hey, not those who have him on his bench.
I'm saying in the trade world, you can't sell much higher than that.
Yeah, agreed.
He's looked great.
Yeah, agreed.
Let's talk about the next game. We've got the Chargers versus Jackson Fart in New York. Giants, 6-point home dogs. I said there's going to be a theme here. Over-under set at 43.5. Oh, Ethan, we have Wyatt taking the Chargers. We have me. That says, man, it's the new quarterback coming in could energize this team. Russell Wilson didn't look like he could do anything against the Chiefs. The Giants are really banged up right now, and that really makes me nervous. Tyron Tracy's not going to play in this game, so you've got Scatabo completely your entire run game. You got Jackson Dart making his first start. You got a banged up O-line. This one just scares me too much. And also, the New York Giants, they got good pieces on defense. The Chiefs just gashed you. The Bears just destroyed the Cowboys. Cowboys gashed you. Now you get the Chargers. Chargers have looked really good. I think I have to agree with Wyatt and take the Chargers minus the 6 here. Is this quarterback, Jackson Dart, coming in, is that enough to make you take the 6 with New York, or are you with us?
I like New York, and I like them a lot.
Oh, yuck.
But, dude, you forgot Devin Singletary, man. He'll control that backfield.
Devin Singletary, man. That actually, you know what? He deserves more respect than that. I'm going to hold it in.
No, I really like the Giants in this game. And, yeah, I mean, yeah. I think this is the ultimate public versus pros play. I think all the pros are going to line up on the Giants. All the public's going to line up on the Chargers. But this is a terrible spot for the Chargers. They are off their 3-0 start against all 3 divisional opponents. Off a kind of lucky-ish, a hard-fought win, we'll say, against Denver.
Yep.
Obviously the big win against the Chiefs in Brazil. Now they have to travel all the way across country as far as possible to New York, play a 1 o'clock Eastern start time game. So, 10 o'clock on their body clocks.
Right.
So really, really early game. They have Washington on deck, who I don't think they're necessarily looking ahead to, but it's a playoff team from last year. Out of conference road game like the Giants this week is, as far as tiebreakers go for playoff standings, the least valuable game on your schedule all throughout the year. And then to make it a bad team at that, I don't see how the Chargers come in prepped for this one. And then you mentioned it with Dart. I think he energizes this team. I actually think Tracy out is a +2 because now you're going to have Dart and Scattaboo being the two energizer bunnies on that offense. I think the crowd's going to be way into it. Obviously, 0-3 is a terrible start. You definitely don't want to start 0-4. They have the Saints on deck, so absolutely no look ahead. That's a team that they probably feel they can beat. But yeah, I think Dart coming in is the kicker here. I think I'm probably going to play on the Giants. I'm debating because I'm trying not to play, like the 3 to 5 worst teams in the NFL. And I'm just trying to ask myself, are the Giants, with a quarterback making his first ever start, one of the top 3, 4, 5 worst teams in the league? So that's my one caveat why I haven't placed it already. I'm also hoping to get 7. Yeah, well, we'll get into some bad ones, but yeah, I like the Giants quite a bit. I think it will get to 7 come Sunday. So if I get a 7, I'm pouncing on it.
I like your vibrato, man. Millie, he's nervous about Browning at quarterback for Chase Brown. He says it's been back-to-back weeks. I put up less than 100 points. Effing with the damn Bengals. Henry fumbling and Penix being mediocre at best. So I'm panicking a little bit. Mother effer's making me mad. Buddy, we got to do something about those quarterbacks. We got to do something about that, right?
Yeah.
That has to be something. Geno's been all right, but...
Is Dart available? I would take Dart. I picked up Dart today. Just as a hope, Mm-hmm. He's going to be a runner a little bit, so you got that going for you. He's going to sling the ball. He's got a great receiver. Wandale looks decent. So I'd maybe... Yeah, I don't know that Penix is even worth rostering at this point, to be honest.
Right.
So if Dart's out there, I'd maybe start Geno this week. We'll get into that. I like Geno this week, but I'd start there maybe, snag Dart, and just hope that guy, runs for 50 yards, maybe a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown, throws for 200. Like, who knows?
Right.
But I'd take a stab at him over Penix every day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. And Millie, once again, as frustrating as it is, one of the worst things you can do is chase points, right? Chase yesterday's points for tomorrow's successes. It happens all the time. He says, so drop Penix for Dart. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. But yeah, don't do anything crazy. My worry is that with Jordan Mason, how valuable is he going to be once Aaron Jones comes back? And I think he's still going to be valuable because I am in the camp that thinks it's kind of lingers and Aaron Jones doesn't come back like 100% the rest of the year. But I like trading Chase Brown. He's going to be the starter all year unless he gets hurt. That's my concern with that trade.
Yeah. And I think the Bengals will flip it around. That was a terrible spot for them last week. So, it's not too shocking to me that they really struggled, but Browning, he'll be okay. He's played enough games for that team with Burrow's previous injuries. He'll find a way to put up points. I'm not too worried. I have Jamar Chase in a couple leagues. I don't have Chase Brown or T, but I've shopped around Jamar a little bit, but ultimately, I'm not that worried that Browning's in.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely agree. Now the Eagles heading to Tampa Bay to face the again home dogs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at +3.5. Over-under set at 43.5. Question, Ethan, is it possible for me to hate a team more than the Eagles?
I don't think.
After what they did to our squad ride, block a kick and fall on it, you still win. Block a kick and run it back with your nose tackle to kill the squad ride. If they're like, you can't write jokes that good, man.
No.
Like, that was insane. I just saw that and I just thought, yep.
I thought,
Yeah, that makes sense.
God, I did not bet that team.
Just in absolute piss. I don't think this is out of hatred, but more out of respect for what the Bucks have been doing. And we said last week, I think that they're going to call it, these offsides by the Eagles. Apparently not. Apparently that wasn't a thing. Maybe they call it this week. I would assume at some point it catches up to them. Maybe it doesn't. Baker, he's just been good, man. And I think he can keep it with it. Like the hook. I like that. I get that 3.5, not just a 3 or a 2.5. The fact that it's 3.5, I like that number. So I'll go with Tampa Bay here. Wyatt is also on Tampa Bay. Who are you on?
Yeah, they did call the false start tush push on the Saints when they were going for it on 4th down, which led to that blocked punt, which led to, I believe, a 21-0 start, which was over from there. So don't tell me they're not calling false starts on the tush push. They are. It's not on the Eagles.
This said, hey, kick a dog while he's down, man. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with these refs, man?
That being said, I'm going Eagles in this game.
No.
And I hate it. I'm not betting this game, but I want to fade both of these teams because I think they're both somewhat fraudulent 3-0. Eagles easily could have lost to, well, I won't even say they could have lost to the Cowboys because I think without that delay, that could have gotten a little bit uglier. Could have, should have probably lost to the Chiefs. Could have, should have probably lost to the Rams. Now they travel to Tampa Bay. But Tampa, man, oh my God, this team has 9 lives.
Keep it
Should have
close.
lost to Atlanta. Should have lost to Houston. Should have lost to the Jets. Won all of those. So, yeah, I want to fade. They are keeping it close. They do keep it close. I want to fade Tampa. I want to fade Philly. For me, ultimately, I just think Philly is that much better of a team right now than Tampa. Yeah, I small lean on the 3.5 on Philly just because I'd rather fade Tampa against a good team than fade Philly against a good team, but not maybe quite as good as what I think Philly is. So, yeah, I would go Philly here. Kind of like the under in this game. I think both defenses are really good. Offenses are good too, but, Hurts has kind of struggled throwing the ball. Actually, Saquon struggled running the ball this season. I don't think he's going to have much more success against Tampa's front seven. Baker's looked pretty good. They've moved the football pretty well, but best defense they're going to face so far with Philly. So kind of like the under, but small lean on the Eagles minus the 3.5 on a blocked kick, probably.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This time it's Jalen Carter. It's just spitting back at people as he's running.
No, it's the blind kid that goes like based on sound. just hear the ball bouncing and go get it, boy. Billy says egg booty better become the man over there for Tampa. He is, man. He's as good as advertised.
I do like him.
Let's talk about this game. Very interested to see what you say about the Titans versus the Texans. Our first, I believe this is the first home favorite we've talked about. Texans -7 at home. Over-under set at 38.5. That is, I just wanted to point this out real quick. I'm going to let you start with this one, but it's interesting that the number is so high at +7 for an over-under total of 38.5.
True.
I just want to point that out, but go ahead, take it away.
Well, this was very easy this week. This is the puke in the mouth game of the
Guessing I'm gonna vomit.
100%.
Yeah, I hate these teams, both of them. So
They're
I said I
bad.
thought the Saints were the second worst team in the NFL. number one goes to our Tennessee Titans here. Just 3-17 against the spread in their last 20. So
Oh my god,
it's
I
pretty
didn't know
bad.
it was that bad.
But I got news for you. I got Houston in my bottom 5 too. Houston is a train wreck. And there's
They're
no
bad.
way. I could never lay 7 points with Houston ever. So for that reason, I'm taking the Titans to cover their fourth game in their last 21, +7. But thankfully, I swore off betting the really bad teams this year. Tennessee is a no-doubter, terrible team. So I will not be betting this game, but Houston has no business laying 7 to Ohio State or Alabama or Georgia, let alone an NFL team, let alone a divisional team. And I know they were driving late last week, had the Nico Collins fumble. Maybe they should have won that game. Probably should have beat Tampa. Honestly, a couple bounces away from being the Rams too. They could be 3-0. But bad teams find a way to lose. The good teams find a way to win. That's what the Chiefs did all last year. They never looked pretty, never blew teams out, but they found a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. The Lions used to do it all the time. Would find just the craziest ways to lose a football game.
Oh yeah.
And that's Houston this year. I think Houston's terrible. I think C.J. Stroud is ass. C.J. Stroud is not good.
He's bad. He can't read.
No, he can't. I'm selling on C.J. I think he's not a good quarterback. Nico Collins is the only bright spot. They have zero running game. Their O-line is probably the worst in the NFL. Their defense is supposed to be decent, but they're not that great. I mean, they're kind of a bend, don't break, maybe. I don't know. They didn't allow – the game I really watched closely was the Tampa Bay game, and they didn't allow Tampa to score, but, God, they were just gashing them defensively. It was just a weird game where they were basically running at will, but then getting stops. So, I know their defense is decent, but I also don't think it's that good in a weird way, I guess. Yeah, I hate the Texans. I could never back the Texans with Stroud, no running game, worst offensive line, and outside Nico Collins, no weapons. So, yeah, I hate Houston. No chance I could lay 7 against anybody. So, for that reason, I have to take the Titans.
Two things. One, you said they're driving late, and it didn't matter. That's the second worst thing that can happen when an NFL player / team is driving late. If you know what I mean. And second off, do you mind if I grab something real quick?
Go for it. Oh, boy. What's he coming back with?
Just because of what you said. The Titans are turning 21, baby. 21!
Dude, let's go. Is that Henny?
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, we're taking the Titan pack. I don't remember the last time I picked the Titans. I think Derrick Henry was still on that team maybe the last time I picked this team.
That's why you did so well last year.
Yeah, you're right, dude. 3-17. That's crazy. Congratulations, Tytra. Actually, I'm gonna hit this again, dog. Maybe I'm gonna hit this 7 times for all 7 points that they're gonna cover by. God dang. Tequila. Da 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 da. All right. Hey, let's keep the bad times rolling and talk about more horrendously good teams. The Panthers headed to New England to face the Panthers. I don't do 2 shots. I'm fucking that up. The Panthers headed to New England to face the Patriots. Patriots are 5.5-point home favorites. Over/under set at 42.5. Oh man, can we take the Cats? Did Wyatt take the Cats? Wyatt.
Dad was taking the Cats.
Ethan.
He didn't take the Cats.
He didn't take the Cats. He didn't take the Cats. I'm not taking the Cats. Are you taking the Cats? Listen, Cats coming off a 30-0 schmackling of the Falcons. Patriots coming off a loss to the Steelers, and you're gonna give the Patriots 5.5 points at home? That's bogus, man. Give me the Patriots.
100%. I am the same way for exactly that reason. How on God's green earth are the Patriots a 5.5-point favorite off their loss, off 30-0 Panthers road win. The line went up immediately. I think this opened 3.5. So I got growth. God. I played the Patriots on Survivor for those that probably saw the graphic come out today.
Yes.
I'm going to hate myself when they lose, and I could have taken Bills or the Lions or probably the Packers or maybe even Houston, but I took the Patriots. So here we are. That's where I'm sticking. Took the Patriots, but yeah, this is similar to the Thursday night game where Patriots probably should have won last week. If they didn't get absolutely dismantled in the turnover battle, they probably win that game by double digits. Panthers couldn't have looked better. A thing that one of the pros I listen to talks about a lot that I have really taken on is no team is as good or as bad as their worst or their best game. Panthers are not 30-0 better. That was kind of a fluke game there. I think they had 2 defensive touchdowns maybe, or at least one. Penix had a terrible day. But yeah, this line tells you all you need to know. How in the world are the Patriots 5.5-point favorites? They don't give out free money in Vegas, I'll tell you that much. And the Panthers just right off the bat look like free money. It's not. Patriots minus 5.5.
All the info we gave you guys, the most important one, Wyatt didn't take the Cats. Wyatt didn't take the Cats. Ain't no damn way I'm taking the Cats. I'll tell you that much. Also, you were talking about Survivor. One of the teams you mentioned were the Texans, Ethan? I gotta do another one now. This is 3 for that 7 points. Titans might win.
Well, while you're taking that, the fact that I took the Patriots over the Texans against the Titans tells you exactly how I feel about the Texans.
Hey, let's talk about this next game. We talked about one side of the coin. We're going to hit right into those Falcons, I believe, right? Yeah, we got 2 more before halftime. We got Washington heading to Atlanta. Falcons, 1.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 45.5. Another fishy-ass line. Was it enough to push you onto the Falcons? It was almost enough for me. I ended up taking Washington. But, dude, this line seems so wrong.
I took the Falcons, and I like the Falcons here. And again, no team as good or as bad as their worst or best game. Clearly, Atlanta had their worst game last week against the Panthers. But before that, they were off the Sunday night road win in Minnesota. Sunday Night Football looked pretty good. Held Minnesota to just 6 points. And then they had to travel again, back-to-back road games to Carolina, an 0-2 team. They were feeling good, but divisional game, you can never take those lightly. Maybe they did, and they got caught. Well, now they have their bye week on deck. Commanders at home. You don't want to go 0-2 into your bye. You definitely don't want to start the season 1-3 and then have your early bye and then have to go play 12 more games in a row. I mean, it's just a terrible – that would be worst-case scenario for Atlanta. It's hard to call week 4 a must-win, but this is damn near a must-win for the Falcons. Then you have Washington, who goes and blows out the Raiders with Marcus Mariota. Now they're saying, maybe we'll hold Jaden Daniels out another week because Mariota is able to win. That buys us some time. Again, injured quarterback player theory. You want to play on the first game of the backup, not necessarily the second game. The team gets up for that backup. They in their heads they're probably thinking, this is a drop off at our main position, so we have to give some added effort to make everything go. If he holds us back a little bit, we have to be the ones to equal all that out. You don't give that effort after a 41-24 shellacking with that quarterback. So, yeah, I think this is, again, wrong team favored. There was actually a blip on the radar probably 4 or 5 hours ago where Atlanta flipped the 1.5-point favorite, and then it was brought back to the Commanders. But, yeah, I ultimately think this game closes pick'em. If not, Falcons favored. I think the Falcons win the game outright. But, yeah, I'll take the 1.5 because we can, but I think they win the game big.
Ethan. Wyatt is also on Atlanta. And Ethan, I think that was enough for me. I think that's enough to get me there. I am switching officially for the graphics, switching to Atlanta. Thank you. I did not want to take Washington, but
I think that's a good call.
I forgot about that Minnesota game. I'm glad you mentioned that. All right. Hey, right before halftime, and then on your boys, Cleveland heading to Detroit to face the Lions. Lions 10-point favorites, over and set at 44.5. The Lions look real good against the Ravens. Cleveland coming off a win against Green Bay, who had beaten Detroit earlier in the year. Now we're getting a 10-point spread. This one's not as obviously tricky as the last two we talked about, but the 10 points is really something to think about. So how are you attacking this game?
Yeah, so gosh, the Lions really lucked out with this scheduling spot, getting Cleveland off the huge upset win over Green Bay. It couldn't have worked out better. Lions, I would never want to play on the Lions coming off that Baltimore win Monday night, but I know in that locker room they're saying, okay, well, we can't overlook Cleveland because look at what they just did to the team that beat us week 1. So that couldn't have worked out any better. So I am going to lean with Detroit, but I'm not laying 10 points. There's no way in hell that I'm looking to lay that big of a number here. So I'll watch it as a fan. I think Detroit wins. I think if you want to play them for Survivor, it's probably a good pick. But yeah, I would almost always look to fade Detroit in this spot off that Monday night shellacking where not many people really gave them a chance, including myself. I thought Baltimore was going to win that game. We all thought Detroit would cover, but I did think Baltimore would end up pulling that out. And it was really domination for most of the game from Detroit. So, yeah, honestly, the only reason I'm not playing on Cleveland is because they're off that upset win of the Packers. It just worked out so well for Detroit to have Cleveland right after that. So, yeah, I don't think they take them for granted. This will be the best defense that Detroit has seen thus far, but also their worst offense they've seen so far. Cleveland's offense is bad, and, Detroit's offense is good enough to outscore good defenses, and their defense, I think, is good enough to contain Cleveland. And if Detroit gets up, 17, 21 points, it's just Cleveland doesn't have the offense that can come back and backdoor cover this. So, yeah, I think Lions, small lean, not going to play it.
Are you doing Lions for the graphic or Cleveland for the graphic then?
Lions for the graphic.
You are doing – okay.
Yep.
Wyatt also went Detroit.
Really quick, too, before you get into it.
Yeah.
I've taken a lot of shit over the years doing this because I fade Detroit a lot. This is 4 straight weeks picking Detroit, so –
Damn, okay.
Here. People would think I pick them all the time. I don't this year. I have.
I'm unfortunately going to be against them because of the number, but I agree. I don't see any world where Detroit loses this game. I love that you brought up the fact that the upset is it's big for this game, right? Because Cleveland, people are going to say, oh, well, if they beat Green Bay, they should be able to think that they can beat Detroit. Yeah, but can they? You might have said that about, they knocked me out of Survivor last week, so what do I know? But it's a lot different when you just shot a missile off at the league and took out one of the premier, we were saying, one of the Super Bowl teams, the ones that people have locked in already that are going to be there.
Yeah, they were the NFC champs. It was
already
decided.
So now we get Cleveland. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, guys. This is just the books refreshing. It messes up the screen. But I'm going to take Cleveland just because of that big number. And Detroit, they get out of this. I do think the backdoor cover could be there because it could be one of those where Detroit is like, all right, we're up. We don't need to keep the foot on the pedal. This is one of the games that we can kind of bring some of the guys out. Cleveland can get in there. Judkins looked great. Also, maybe Cleveland is able to make this ugly. This is another thing that I'm thinking. And I think that is probably the best chance for Cleveland to cover is to just keep the Lions punting, keep them moving, because Detroit doesn't have to go for it on 4th down all the time. They don't have to face Cleveland like they faced the Ravens. You're going to have to put up points against them. Detroit knows, man, we get up to 21, 20, 24. Cleveland's not beating us. So keeps it open. 44.5. I could see this one being under. So if I'm getting the 10, I think I'm gonna take it.
I agree. I like this game under. And yeah, I think if you think Cleveland's going to cover, the only way to cover is low scoring. But yeah, Green Bay put up 27-27. Cleveland held them to 10. Now Detroit just put up 52-38. So this line's got to be inflated a little bit based on Detroit's scoring. But again, this is a really good defense. They literally can't allow Detroit to run all over them or they will get blown out. Right. So I doubt it happens. So yeah, it would not shock me at all if Cleveland stays within the number. I do think it's low scoring, so that's probably advantage Cleveland. Yeah, again, just a small lean on Detroit, but nothing I'm looking to bet come Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, Cleveland doesn't have a great offense. Do you know any other offenses that aren't great in the AFC?
Not great in the AFC. I know you're setting me up here. Let me think.
Maybe the AFC South.
Texans, Titans.
Yeah, the Texans.
Texans.
The Texans. That's the team I was thinking of.
Why don't you just give me 1 minute?
Oh, that went down the wrong pipe. Oh my God! What's he coming back with? I about killed myself while you were gone. I went down the wrong pipe. I breathed that in. Oh my God!
Well, I'm still half poisoned from Saturday night from bourbon, so I can't do that. But I will give you a little. Friends don't let friends drink alone. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. I appreciate that.
First day of fall was what? Monday? Yeah, Monday. So the old Oktoberfest.
Close enough, man. Well, while I recover, let's head to halftime. All right, we're back. The screen's a little different. I don't know if that's because of my eyes are so watery because I just poured whiskey into my lungs or what, but we got Baker Mayfield and an ice cream cone. Where did these two meet in the middle?
Let me think here.
This isn't just a regular ice cream cone.
Soft and gooey on the inside and nutty on the outside.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That ain't it though.
Let's see. Let's see.
You're on the right. You're on the right track though. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Baker this year. Baker and the Bucks this year.
Lucky. Late game heroics.
You're on the right track.
Let's see.
What do you guys think of the comments? What do these guys have in common?
Oh, let's see. I don't know.
A drumstick. Hey. Save the best for last. The last bite.
Dude, true.
Got that chocolate on the bottom? Come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, he's saving the best for last, too, with all these late game comebacks. A little harder this week. This one. Hey, I got Jordan Davis, and I got a dominatrix on screen right now.
Grabbing your balls and ripping your heart out.
You're close enough. I'm gonna give it to you. We're smacking balls. We're smacking balls, brother. You're right on that one. All right. Hey, last one. If you don't watch the show, it's gonna be hard to get this one. But this is, the picture is of, I believe his name Romo. I think it's Romo, the kicker for the Falcons.
Romo. Yeah.
But just basically the starting Falcons kicker and Eric Andre. So this isn't just Romo to be Romo. This is Romo and Koo, just the Falcons starting kicker in general.
Okay, so I know I recognize Eric Andre, but I don't I'm not familiar, so this could be tough. But I assume it's like ass or useless or wide right or well, first of all, I do just have to say it's just. Do you think they're kicking themselves for letting Koo go after Romo goes 5 for 5 and then misses his first 2 kicks? Like
On,
they had to be thinking, "Oh my God, someone go call him right now. We need him back."
I think they're thinking, all right, we needed a third option
Yeah, I think so.
because
I mean,
these guys are terrible, bro. It's a popular GIF.
Is it him like on fire, like burning dumpster fire, or
Not dumpster fire. It's the bit is he talks about him and his friends being around the neighborhood. How can I say this on YouTube? Less fortunate lady, and they used to get around. They'd get get around her in a circle and then yell, "Nightmare, nightmare, 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 nightmare." It's just, they're nightmares, man. You're not sleeping well.
that is a complete nightmare. That situation. Just to see him go 0-2, I believe, in the first quarter, right after Cardinals.
Which results in your team going 30-0 to the Panthers.
Oh my God, dude. They had to be. I mean, I seriously bet you someone in that organization was on the phone with Koo mid-game.
That's his kicks were so bad it kept him out of the end zone. And they're like, we can't kick it.
Dude, even Graham Gano made a kick this week and he was out.
That's so true. Man, they put that man in. That was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Get that man on IR or something. That was like, sad, bro.
He's out, but we're actually going to need him, so he's no longer out.
That was crazy. Hey, that's it for halftime. Back into it. We went from a 10-point spread. Now we're at 15.5. We got the Saints heading to Buffalo to face the Bills. Bills 15.5-point home favorites. Over-unders at 47.5. Dude, this is like one of the bottom three versus one of the top 3 teams. And the top 3 teams at home, 15.5. They just had a close game against the Dolphins, but they also played on Thursday, so they've had more time to prepare. And this is also the Saints. It's a gross number to swallow, but I actually do think I have to go Buffalo. I think that's as high of a number as they can get to scare people away. That's honestly my thought process, because they'd be like, how high can we make this? Because I think Buffalo blows out the Saints. I mean, this game could be 40-0, but you can't give people a 40-point spread. So where do they put it? 15.5. Scares enough people away because it's over 2 touchdowns, but it might still be the side to be on, is my thought process here with Buffalo. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start by saying if the Patriots win and Buffalo loses, I might be in like the top 10 of Survivor Survivor players left in the world, because Buffalo might get 80% this week. I think I'm gonna lean the other way though. I'm gonna lean the Saints, but thank God I swore off betting the bad, and I've also kind of swore off fading like the really good. Well, I shouldn't even say that because I faded Buffalo twice to start the season. But I'm not going to fade Buffalo with New Orleans. I'll say that. Yeah. So this was a very easy cross-off here, but just my reason for liking New Orleans. Again, yes, they got blown out by Seattle, but punt return, punt block, really good kick return. It was 28-3 before you even blinked your eyes, 35-3. So that game just got away from them early. They didn't have a chance to really run their offense, but they hung around with Arizona, hung around with San Fran, had a chance to win both those games. So, yeah, while the Saints are really bad, I actually do think they're, better than the Titans, at least. Like I said, I don't have them as my worst team in the league, but second to worst. But then Buffalo, I mentioned last week kind of why we like the Dolphins was I thought maybe they could be coming into this game or last week's game and then having this game on deck where they're like, we got a 2-week vacation. We can just get in and get out both these games, both at home. I mean, it's so easy. You get to stay home for 2 weeks and play two of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they were off Ravens, obviously a huge matchup. Jets, Dolphins, both divisional games. Out of conference game here, and the Patriots Sunday night on deck, another divisional game. So this is sandwiched between all three of their divisional games. Yeah, I mean, again, it's nothing I'm going to play, but for those reasons, it's why I do lean the Saints. But, it's not going to shock me if this is, like you said, 40-0 and get on to next week. So not going to play it. Yeah, I think Bills and Survivor is a fine play, but just know everyone's going to be on them.
Absolutely, they are. This is, if you watched the meme recaps last year, this is the Norfolk County Middle School game. This is just when you're just like, man, hold on. Better weeks are coming for you. Let's talk about Jacksonville. Heading to San Fran. Niners are 3.5-point home favorites over us at 47.5. What are you thinking here, Ethan?
I actually like the Jags a lot in this game.
Okay.
So I lean Jags plus the points. I actually think they win outright. But my only hesitancy on the Jags is they did kind of luck out to that win last week against Houston. But on the flip side, they lucked out of a win against the Bengals the week prior. So, this team probably deserves to be 2-1. They just kind of got there in a funky way. But yeah, now they travel to San Francisco. San Fran, I think, is somewhat of a fraudulent 3-0. I think they kind of struggled with Seattle, struggled with New Orleans, came home, struggled with Arizona, should have lost to Arizona. Now they have the Rams on deck, Thursday night football, so short week, have to travel. I know it's only San Fran to LA, but division rival on Thursday night. After that, they have to travel to Tampa to play the Buccaneers, another conference opponent that has made the playoffs, I think 5 years in a row, 7 years in a row. So yeah, this is an out-of-conference foe that, I just don't know if they necessarily care that much about them. And I just think the 3.5 points is just too many. But like I said, I do think Jags win outright. Jags do have the Chiefs on deck Monday Night Football, so they will have an extra day to prep. But obviously, the Chiefs are the team that everyone in the AFC have been chasing for years and years. So maybe a potential look ahead, but I mean, I don't think the Jags are necessarily a team with look ahead scenarios, especially not this far in the season. So yeah, I like the Jags here. I think San Fran, they're finding ways to win, which is why I would take the points as opposed to just playing the money line. Because it wouldn't shock me if they win another 1, 2, 3 point game. But I think the Jags cover 3.5.
Wyatt is on San Fran, and I think, unfortunately, I'm on San Fran here, too. I have been going, I feel like, against San Fran each time. It worked out last week, and I think the Nick Bosa injury is scaring a lot of people. And they're not wanting to play San Fran because already, I mean, even before the Nick Bosa injury, this defense is not the same defense as it has been in years past. The offense is really, really banged up. There's something weird. Like, I think I said last week, it's just one of those, like, gut feelings. Something just tells me San Fran covers this one and maybe wins by between, like, 5 and 7 because I do think Jacksonville's a good team. But at 3.5 and teams that I think are this similar, it just takes one Trevor Lawrence mistake.
Yeah.
And that's what worries me.
I do not trust that guy.
No. So I'm just going to go against Lawrence and take the home team here, but this is not one I feel great about either way. So,
yeah. Take
that for what it is. All right, we got the Rams and the Colts. Colts heading to Los Angeles to face the Rams. Rams 3.5 point home favorites over us at 49.5. We said it earlier. Took them plus the 3.5 last week. Didn't hit. Can they cover 3.5, Ethan?
Well, really quick, I just have to go back and make one comment about a game we talked about an hour ago, but I really wanted to say it and I just forgot. It's about the Giants, though. And one thing I just wanted to mention on the Giants is Andrew Thomas, their left tackle, should be back in full. I know he got a limited snap count against the Chiefs, and I do think that's a big deal, getting your what should be superstar left tackle. So just had to say that. I forgot to. But this game sucks. This game is like Tampa Philly, where well, not necessarily. I just want to fade the Colts so bad because they are a false 3-0 team. They beat up on the Dolphins at home. They beat up on the Titans. Yeah, that game was on the road, but it's the Titans. They got a fraudulent win against Denver. Now they're sitting at 3-0. I want to fade them, but I cannot overlook this terrible spot here for the Rams. Obviously, the game against Philly, don't think we need to go into detail. I think everyone has seen what happened to them. Not only the kick to not cover, but they were kicking to win. Yeah, they lost by 7 points, but that kick, if that's not blocked, they win the game. Not only that, they were up, I think, 27-7 or something at one point. They had a massive lead, absolutely blew it in the second half. So it's just a terrible game to come back from. And then, look, we got to play Thursday Night Football the next week against a divisional opponent in San Fran. So I can't overlook the spot here for LA, so I have to lean the Colts, unfortunately. Again, though, Colts are a team that I am salivating over fading the rest of the way. So I can't play on the Colts because I just think they're overvalued at this point. But I can't play that spot for LA. It's just one of the worst spots probably that we've seen so far this year. So small lean Colts, can't play the game.
Yeah. I'm taking the Rams here. Wyatt took the Rams. I think we're just maybe probably a week ahead of you. Just on fading the Colts. Like you said, it's just they're 3-0. That's great. And they've been a great story. And if they lose to the Rams, nobody's going to blink an eye. They're still a great story at 3-1. It just seems to me that the Rams are a lot. I don't want to. It doesn't feel right to say a lot better, but I do think they are a lot better than the Colts. This defense, too, I think it's going to come ready to play. We've seen Daniel Jones play perfect pretty much through 3 weeks. At some point, he comes back down to earth. I mean, we saw Darnold look great with the Vikings until he didn't. And so I think Daniel Jones is going to have a good season. I just worry about this Rams game. If they can get pressure on him, they can make this ugly. And like a 20-27 loss to the Rams is not going to have anybody think of the Colts any differently. So I think I am going to take the Rams in the spread here. Hopefully they get it covered. If not, me and the Rams are going to have a talk after these 2 weeks stretch, man. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't blame you there because it's not the best spot for the Colts either. They have to travel all the way out west to play at LA. And also LA just being the veteran led team with McVay, with Stafford, they're going to get over that loss to Philly better than, what the Colts would or, a younger team. So, that would be a reason to look at LA, I think, too. That spot just on paper looks so bad to me. So it's the smallest of lanes, but I would not be shocked if you and Wyatt get the cover.
Well, let's talk about the Bears heading to Las Vegas to face Raiders. Raiders are 1.5 point home favorites. Over-under set at 47.5. Bro, what is up with these lines? The Bears blow out Dallas. And now they're 1.5 point dogs to the Raiders, who lost, I can't remember the exact score, 40-22, 44-22, something like that. Now they're 1.5 point plus 100 for the Raiders. I'm on Chicago, but it feels too obvious.
Yeah, this was very close to puke in the mouth game.
Yeah, I bet.
Which also, okay, no, thank God we have the Ravens Chiefs to bail me out of this, having to watch this game. Yeah, I like the Raiders, and it's exactly what you said. Last week, I tried to play a little more public-minded, where I just was so anti-Bears. And I was like, I'm not letting this weird line against, because they were the 1.5 point favorite against Dallas last week. I was like, I'm not letting the weird line throw me off. Dallas should be the better team. I picked Dallas. It's the same thing here for me. I think the line is just too fishy to pass up. I'm not a believer in Chicago whatsoever. Yeah, they put up 31 points, blew out Dallas, but that's against the worst defense in the NFL, and it's not close. Dallas defense is terrible. Obviously, if you got people talking about Caleb Williams MVP, that tells you how bad that defense is. Dude, Chicago, I could go on for days. This team is just priced wrong all year thus far. They, for some reason, I couldn't tell you why. I know, Wyatt knows. This team gets so much hype in the offseason, and it just drives me up a freaking wall. And then they come out and they do the same shit year after year after year after year after year. And they're going to do it again. They're going to win 7 games probably. Not going to have any chance to make the playoffs with 5 weeks left. It's the same team. I can't stand the Bears, honestly. I just can't. I don't understand how they're being priced like this. The Raiders aren't good either. And then how are the Raiders favored now? Just don't understand. So, yeah, I'm not buying into the Ben Johnson can save all. We've clearly seen Detroit can still do exactly what they did last year without Ben Johnson. It was 41-24. The Raiders lost to a backup quarterback last week, and now they're favored. I mean, it just makes no sense. Bears do have to travel all the way out to Vegas, so maybe there's that. They have their bye on deck, but yeah, I like the Raiders in this game. Again, not going to bet it because I would deem probably both of these teams in my bottom 5, but yeah, Raiders for the graphic.
See, because I thought the Raiders were going to beat Washington last week. Like I said, take them on the money line. I was pretty confident in the Raiders being able to. I know it was against the injured quarterback theory, but that wasn't even why. If Jaden Daniels was playing, I would have still said take the Raiders, just because I thought they were going to turn on last week. So this just is like, damn it, this isn't even as much a play on Chicago. I'm taking Chicago out of it and just looking at the Raiders, thinking, man, these guys are favored against anybody.
Yeah,
I mean, they have to make it ugly at home. But damn, man, I don't know. This was hard.
Chicago last week, and yeah, I'm only taking the Raiders because the line is fishy, and I just don't think the Bears are priced right.
Right. I don't disagree with you there.
But maybe they are because they were 1.5 last week, and they win by 17. So, clearly that line was very telling last week in hindsight. So I'm just trusting that this line is telling as well. That's the only reason I'm on the Raiders. But again, not betting it, not betting bad teams. Raiders, bad team.
What do we think about the Bears defense? Just real quick. I'm trying to get to the Raiders. I'm literally trying to get there. Because, I mean, Dak didn't look good against the Bears, but is that just because they were down so much and they were without CD? Can Geno go to work?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of problems with Dallas. We'll get into it more when we break them down. I have a lot to say about Dallas, but Dallas is a train wreck. Nightmare. Dallas.
All right, because you use a reference, switch me to Las Vegas. I don't know that one. I think I'm just gonna say you're right that this price is priced too weird. Because I really thought Dallas was gonna win, man.
Right. We hope Vegas is right again, like they were with Chicago last week. That's what I'm hoping. Now, I guess that's what you're hoping.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fuck. Oh, God. Dude, that's so gross. All right, Vegas. We're on Vegas. Let's talk about some good games. Well, some different games.
One more thing I had to say.
Yeah.
You're off your first win of the season. You have your bye on deck. The worst place you could possibly be traveling, Las Vegas. So, give me the Raiders.
That's true. That's true. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Male strip clubs. The Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens head to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. Chiefs are 2.5-point home dogs. Under set at 48.5. It's surprising me because it's seeming like the public is on Kansas City, whereas I really thought that maybe my brain's just getting mixed up, and people saw how Baltimore looked against Detroit, and they're saying, oh, it's a short week, and now they have to head to Kansas City. They don't usually beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are underdogs. I wish the public was all over Baltimore for bounce backs. Everybody says the Chiefs suck. Oh, also, damn it. I want to start this with something else. I'm going to ask it anyways. You know what? I got one question watching that Chiefs versus Giants game. Do you know what that question was?
What's that?
What rule are we adding for Buffalo next year when in the AFC Championship game at Arrowhead, the Chiefs beat them based on a clanker ruling that it was not a first down? We're back! Chiefs are back, baby! What are we adding for Buffalo this year? I really don't know. I thought everybody would be all on Baltimore. It seems like people are on the Chiefs. I was going to be on the Chiefs because I think if they could put that pressure just like Detroit did, I think they're going to have a lot of success, man. And this Baltimore defense has not stopped anybody. This Baltimore defense has been really, really, really bad. Like, we'll talk about Dallas later. Baltimore's just letting everybody score. They're letting games fall away from them, and this is a team you do not want to play that type of football with. If you're going to let this game get away from you, you don't want it to be against the Chiefs. Oh, man. I've been perfect on the Chiefs, I think, this year. I picked against them the first 2 weeks, and then I picked them last week. Yeah, so I'm 3-0 so far. God, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think they win this game. So that's why I'm going to take them at the plus 2.5. The Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season and then lose in the playoffs. Baltimore, I believe Lamar's like 1-5, 1-6 against Mahomes. So, I mean, Baltimore might play their worst game of the season this week. So we'll have to see. What do you think, Ethan?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to go with Baltimore here. And I'd prefer to take them on the money line over laying the points because, again, the Chiefs play close games. They a lot of times find a way to win those close games. Not so much the first 2 weeks of this season, but obviously last year they had that incredible streak. But yeah, this is it might be stronger bias that I was just so high on Baltimore coming in, and I just don't see them going to 1-3. Obviously, it's concerning that they've played two really good teams and lost to two really good teams, but I mean, hate to put the blame on Derrick Henry, but if he doesn't fumble in either of those games, they definitely don't lose to Buffalo. They might not lose to Detroit if he didn't fumble. He was very shaken up over that. Lamar looked pissed off all game. And hate to be the ones to do it to Kansas City, but I would not want to welcome in a pissed off Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. They're going to focus on ball control this week. So I don't think Henry fumbles against the Chiefs, but maybe. I mean, you probably wouldn't have thought he would have fumbled a third game in a row, and he does. So,
right.
And he never protects that ball going through the middle with two hands ever. So, he's kind of prone to it, I guess, at this point. But yeah, I'm still just so high on Baltimore.
I was too. They were my pick to go to the Super Bowl and win it, but I'm concerned about this defense, man. I really am.
And here's what I'd say about that. So they've been getting gashed on the ground, and I just don't trust the Chiefs' rushing offense.
That's fair.
Because outside of Patrick Mahomes, which he's had an incredible year rushing the ball, and he might have more success against Baltimore.
He might strip Derrick Henry himself. He's doing it out on the field.
Dude, so that play was nuts.
That's crazy.
That play was nuts. Yeah, I don't trust Hunt and Pacheco necessarily to gash the Ravens like Monty and Gibbs did, like Cook and Allen did. Again, Mahomes could have success though, which, if Mahomes has rushing success, I think that's the ticket to Kansas City winning.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I just have to say, I don't think the Chiefs' win was a fluke last week by any means. However, I think Graham Gano being out in pregame warmups really hurt the Giants because they were forced to go for it where they would have taken a field goal to go up on their first drive. They missed the extra point. They likely would have been up 10-9 at halftime. Just not having a kicker just kind of
Yeah.
changes things. I still think the Chiefs would have won that game, probably still cover, but I just think that really changed how things had to go for the Giants. We saw Russell Wilson just make, the announcers kept saying it, and I completely agree. He was getting impatient and trying to hit the deep ball and got picked off a couple times. Lamar's probably not going to do that. So, yeah, I think, it's going to be a sweat, as it always is, I feel like.
Right.
But ultimately, and maybe I just need to downgrade the Ravens. I just need to get off my high horse. You've known me long enough. I get this way with the Niners, with the Buffalo, now Baltimore. I think the Chiefs, maybe the first year when I had a lot of money on them to win that Super Bowl that they won. But, yeah, it's just maybe I need to take a step back and realize Baltimore does have some weaknesses. But for this game, to avoid going to 1-3, I'm going to go Baltimore.
Yeah, this is definitely a good game. If you can't avoid betting it and you just watch it, really watch this game, and I think you can learn a lot about both these teams this week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sunday night. You're going to hear about this game a lot this week. The Micah revenge game, right? The Packers heading to Dallas to face the Cowboys. Cowboys 7-point home dogs, over-under set at 47.5. Dallas just got destroyed by Caleb Williams and the Bears. Green Bay coming off a loss to Cleveland, looked at as one of the worst teams in the league. I've always been a little higher on Cleveland this year, I think, than most, basically based on that defense alone. Do you think Mike's able to come wreak havoc and blow out the Cowboys in their home stadium?
I do. I like Green Bay, and I don't think I'm going to bet this game, but yeah, Green Bay off the loss. LaFleur was pissed off. He said, he had that player make the comment, I think we can go undefeated this year, and then they lose 3 days later. And he was very pissed about that. He's going to have this team ready. They have their bye week on deck. They don't want to go into their bye with 2 straight losses. Super Bowl team, and now they're 2-2 heading into their bye week. Bad look. Rough. So, yeah, I don't think they lose this game. But this is more a fade on the Cowboys. Yeah, they just made Caleb Williams and that Bears offense look like world beaters. Their defense is by far the worst defense in the league. I don't know where their DBs went. Bland, was that his name?
Bland. Deron Bland.
Yeah, Deron Bland and Diggs. And, they had such good DBs there for a while. Obviously, Parsons helps that out when the quarterback doesn't have as much time to throw, but this defense is a complete disaster. If they allowed 31 to Chicago, strap in for Green Bay, because Green Bay is way better than Chicago. And then what I was kind of wanting to get into with the Cowboys. So, yeah, obviously they had the Micah, Jerry Jones thing. They trade away Micah. Now you got guys, CD out. That doesn't help them whatsoever. You got Hooker throwing his helmet when he allowed that flea flicker. You have Pickens throwing his helmet when he dropped that pass that resulted in an interception. This team is just a complete fade for me at this point. I just think they're I don't even know. Jerry Jones probably needs to kick the can, shall we say, or retire before this team can do anything, to be completely straight and honest with you. That's how I feel about them. I think there's a complete disaster of a team in complete disarray, offensively, defensively. No CD doesn't help at all, and a pissed-off Green Bay team, Sunday Night Football. Micah Parsons revenge. Green Bay is going to be public, which scares me a little bit, but that's the only way I could look. With that defense, no way I could take Dallas.
Joking just on the absurdity of what is real life. Ethan's not... All he's trying to say is that if Jerry Jones' wife is at a stand talking and there's pyrotechnics going off around her, the Cowboys are going to be better. That's what he's trying to say. That's all he's saying, guys. I'm with you. I think it's gonna be a bloodbath blowout Sunday night. You know who's not been waiting all day for Sunday night? The Cowboys. There might be a couple less players coming out of the locker room than came out in the first half. Yeah, I'm on Green Bay. Wyatt's on Green Bay, and I apologize. I missed some of Wyatt's picks. He is on Vegas. He is also on Baltimore, and he's on the Rams. I believe those might be some of the ones that, if I did forget them, I got them in now. So I apologize about that. But always follow us on social medias so you guys get all of the graphics with our spread picks laid out. Easy to follow there. Let's talk about Monday night, man. We got another doubleheader. The New York Jets. Oh my, you're not joking, dude. You're really not joking. The New York Jets head to Miami to face the Dolphins. Dolphins are 2.5-point home favorites. Over under set at 45.5. Bro, okay, maybe Vegas is like getting really smart, but these lines seem whack as hell, bro. I'm on the Jets here. I'm taking the points with the Jets. Maybe I'm on the wrong side there. Wyatt's on the Jets also. Is this because Miami kept it close against the Bills? So now people are thinking, hey, Miami might be back. They looked better. Are you going the Miami train, or are you hopping on the underdog Jets?
So I'm not betting this game. I've probably given out 8 teams now that are in my bottom 5, but you can add these 2 to the
list. Wait, how do you have 10 teams in your bottom 5?
Don't ask questions. These teams suck. Actually, take the Jets out, though, because I have been on the Jets all 3 weeks so far to start the season. All 3.
Keep it coming.
I think this is my time to hop off.
No!
I lean Miami in this game. I'm tired of backing the Jets, even though they've been good for me, 2-1. But yeah, I mean, my fear with Miami, they were a 2.5-point favorite against the Patriots 2 weeks ago, lost outright. But yeah, they looked better against the Bills, but the Bills didn't take that game seriously, I don't believe.
No.
Really, my reason for leaning Dolphins is they still have just a lot of talented pieces on the offense that maybe they can put together a full game and get a win against a team that's not very good like the Jets. Jets off a really tough loss. They had Glenn dancing down the sideline, thought they had that game won, and then Baker saved the best for last. Comes back, gets that win for them. So yeah, I don't love the spot here for the Jets necessarily. Small lean on the Dolphins. Yeah, I just feel like after playing the Jets 3 weeks in a row, I'm going to back off here. Also, I liked the Jets a lot last week with the injured quarterback. Now, regardless if it's Tyrod or Fields, I don't want to play Tyrod for a second straight week. I don't want to play on Fields his first week back from the injury. So it lines up on the Dolphins here, but definitely not betting the Dolphins. I was kicking myself for not betting the Dolphins last Thursday because I liked that play.
Absolutely. Well, you got the Dolphins plus 12.5 last week. So.
Yeah, that's fair. They were
that helps out.
Almost 2 touchdowns. Now they're laying close to a field goal. This league, man.
How are the turntables?
Yeah.
All right, last game that we're talking about. Last game of week 4, the Cincinnati Bengals headed to Denver to face the Broncos. Broncos are 7.5-point home favorites. Over under set at 44.5. Ethan, Wyatt has Denver. Are you also on the ponies?
Slightest lean to the Bengals. Very, very slight. And just what we were telling Millie, I think the Bengals will figure it out. They're not as bad as how they just looked in that shellacking by the Vikings. Again, if you watched my solo game breakdown, I liked that spot for the Vikings quite a bit. But yeah, Denver probably wins the game, but they're off 2 just incredible losses. They do get to come back home. Those were both road losses. They did win week 1 at home. It wouldn't shock me if Denver blows them out. It's a really good defense in Denver against a really bad defense with Cincinnati. Obviously, Browning instead of Burrow. But Bo Nix, you mentioned very early on in this episode, he's kind of having that sophomore slump. He doesn't look great. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think anyone wants to back Cincy after their debacle last week. I'll take a small lean on Cincy, but not betting Monday Night Football. I can almost promise you that.
You can bet on it.
Yeah.
Ethan to bet. Ethan not to bet Monday Night Football minus
Lock
250.
it in. Lock
Yeah.
it in. At least not on the side.
Yeah.
Not taking a stand.
I'm with you on this one, actually. I'm on the Bengals plus the 7.5. This is a tough one, but I think this is, and I like to do this a lot. If you guys watch the show frequently, you know I like to do this. It's more a play against Denver, right? I'd rather take the points with Cincinnati because Denver really, they're tripping themselves up very often in games. Just Bo Nix missing Sutton deep. Just so many plays where there's a couple, maybe 2 or 3 plays you change and they beat the Chargers. But it's not because the Chargers made a play. It's because they didn't get the job done. And so I'm not on Denver for this one. I will take Cincinnati plus the 7.5 with you as well. That seat's getting hot over in Cincinnati too. I mean, we got both these Monday night coaches. It's getting warm for these guys. So maybe there's something to that at this point of the season too.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the squad ride. Hey, I lost last week, guys. I was in charge of it. I was in charge of leading the team, and a 300-pound man blocked a field goal attempt and ran it 80 yards for a touchdown. So I'm passing the torch to Ethan. Ethan, what are you picking this week, man?
Oh man, is this one ever gross? I know we avoided Thursday night last week, and maybe that cost us. So I don't think I want to avoid it. The two in between, they're gross. It's the Cardinals and the Patriots. I'm already invested in the Patriots on Survivor. Let's try to get it done early with Arizona Thursday night football.
I like it. You might be onto something, too.
I like it.
You might be onto something. I like that.
We're hot on Thursday.
Oh, nobody's hotter on YouTube than us on Thursdays. Come on, people. And those episodes are like 4 minutes long. Watch the damn video and make some money. Quick question I want to talk about before we head into the last part of our show. We did the futures episode way back before the season started. 2 of my bets were Saints to have the worst record in the league. I believe they're sitting at 0-3. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Guess what, guys? You can't lose more than 3 games through 3 games. So we're right on track. And the other one was Bills having the best record in the NFL. Am I wrong? Are we 3-0?
3-0.
Guys, little hint here. You can't win more than 3 games in 3 games.
Do I dare say the Bills are 3.5-0 and the Saints are 0.5 or 0-3.5?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's coming. It's coming. Lock those numbers in now. That's actually a really good point. I'm glad you said that. Ethan, do you have any that you are thinking right now? Any futures that you're like, you know what, we called it. We predicted the future.
Oh, well, one that I gave out, which looks just scrumptious, is what's his name? Travis Hunter under receiving yards. Got that at like damn near 800. He hasn't even hit 100 yet.
Dude, it's too easy, bro.
So we like that. He's losing snaps on offense, as predicted. Dude can't play both ways. Knew that from the second he got drafted. One that I'm looking to add, I'll probably actually release this as a premium article play. So for those watching, I'll get it out here for you. You can probably take to the bank Colts under 10.5 wins. It's like minus 120 right now.
I like that.
Sell high on the Colts. Yeah. Under 10.5. That team's not winning 11 games. Schedule's pretty easy. My one hesitancy is they do have Houston twice, Tennessee one more time, Jags twice, but Jags should beat them. Houston should get the better of them at least once. And yeah, I mean, Colts under. Again, that's probably going to be a silver premium play. So,
okay. I like that, man. Wait, they play who twice?
Oh, you heard me. Houston.
Oh, you tired the text? Oh, right pipe, but that's the fifth shot.
Is that Screwball?
It is, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Hey, we're not sponsored. I'll throw the label. There you go. All right. You ready to get into the last segment, man?
We could be sponsored.
Hey, you know we drink it.
Let us know.
You know, drinking on the show. Hey, you know where to hit us up at. You know the socials, Better Green. And if you do want Ethan's premium article, that's on bettergreen.com. Better, BETTOR green.com. Let's head over to Mount Rushmore.
Speaking of, just put out a premium article today with 2 plays that we just talked about. So that is up $5 a month to become a silver premium member. Not only my plays, Ben's premium not only plays either. A lot of content. Ben's premium content, Wyatt's premium content, Aaron's premium content, Bobby's premium content, Noel's premium content. You get all of it. $5 a month.
Absolutely. You can't beat it. If you pay the $5 a month, you're probably making more money than you're spending. You're making a decent amount. Wyatt's not here to do Mount Rushmore. So you know what I did? I threw a curveball, and what we're doing, we're getting in the game. We're talking Madden ratings, but these are real life Madden ratings. So I am rating Ethan on 4 categories. He's rating me on 4 categories. And Mr. Wyatt over there, we both got 2 categories for him. So do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Are we going to alternate one at a time?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll save Wyatt for last. Okay.
We'll alternate Wyatt. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, how about I go first, so you get a feel for me. Okay. So these will all make way more sense if you've been a long-time watcher, but if not, you're going to learn some as we go through these. So I graded your chugging abilities, Mr. Ethan. And it's just one of those things I had to get in. And you know what? It was a low grade at first, but you came in week 1 of this year, and you did a little bit better. I'm giving you an 82 chugging ability.
Oh.
That's that's a decent grade.
Well, I really dogged you on my first one.
Oh, we got more coming, man.
I will say I took mine a little bit more outside of this one. I took mine a little bit more hypothetical.
Okay. Oh wait. Hold up. Remember, I control the button that ends the stream.
Well.
All right. I just want you. I remember that.
You're gonna agree with my rating.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna throw you my rating before I throw you my stat or my.
Okay.
I gave you a 22.
Oh no! Hey, remember I got that button, bro. Hey, I have a couple ideas what this could be.
Ben for a 22 rating on, drumroll please, raw food consumption.
Listen, I don't fuck with sushi. I tried the egg, I swallowed it, and it came back up. I don't know what else to say. Raw food consumption. Damn.
Not a good rating. Not a strong rating. Wyatt had you beaten that one.
Hey, as he should. I deserve that rating. I can't even argue that one. With my big ass, you think there's no 22 eating thing I got, but man, you're right about that, bro. Raw eating. Raw food, yeah, no, you're right. I come from a well-done family. Well-done pork chops. If you haven't had a well-done pork chop before, you're living a better life than I am. Oh, bro. Bro, I could start a whole podcast about the food I ate growing up, bro. But you know what? The next one I graded for you, Ethan, is your NFL player database.
Ooh.
This is including the wall, because I consider that part of your equipment. I gave you 99. 99, baby.
Yeah. Haven't missed.
He doesn't know what it's like to miss.
No. I'm going to argue too low. Put me in the 100 club.
Hey, that's as high as the slider goes, brother. I'm sorry. I'm not a coder. I don't know how to fix that.
Okay.
I can't argue it, though.
Button. You don't have all the buttons. All right, well, I took this just way more hypothetical. I thought we were kind of just going on, So these are off the wall. But
do it. That's fine.
All right, my next one for you. Rocking a mink coat and aviator to a family member's Sweet 16.
This shit better be high. But also the weather better be low. Because that matters a lot here.
86.
I'll take it. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Showing up as the pimp to the Sweet 16.
Hey, you know I'm coming loaded. All right, I got your next one, Ethan. Is your flag throwing abilities. You start the show. Hey, we had a little blunder to start the episode today, which was kind of funny. I caught that. We've had a couple moments. We've hit the camera before and knocked it off askew.
Yeah. Tell me you dropped it from today's episode.
I can't because it messes up my number.
Oh, okay.
It's a 69. I would if I could.
69. All right, I'll take it. Needs improvement.
Yeah,
but we'll keep it. We'll keep it right there. All right, my next one for you. Having the soothing, calming voice of a pilot.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be nice here or you're going to be real here, because sometimes I can get a little rowdy. I can see this being anywhere.
73.
That feels right.
73.
Because I could pull it out of the bag when I need to.
Yeah.
But I don't a lot.
But if there are real life problems, do you keep it calm like all the pros do? Or do you freak?
If you go back about 7 episodes, you're going to see what I do. One of them involves me standing on a chair.
Yeah, it's okay, everybody. We are losing altitude quickly, descending.
I'm not going to... Folks, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We are a Joe Burrow toe right now.
If everyone could grab those oxygen masks and call your parents, tell them goodbye. We are going down quick.
These are the special masks. It is not oxygen. This is for your good. This is to make it quick. Make it painless. We are not overwater, people. I've never heard of a cactus farm before. That's exactly what we're crashing into here, folks. Last one I got for you, my man. There's no greater ability than availability. And I got your filming availability. I got you at a 95. That's high. Because you always down, my man. You always down.
Like it. Gosh, I wish I would have taken these a little more literal. Because my last one for you is just stupid.
You can make something up real quick.
Well, okay, let me think. Well, let me give you this one, then let me...
Okay.
My last one I had for you was...
I can't wait.
Counting sheep.
Is this as in actual counting, or is this sleeping?
Sleeping.
Okay.
Well, counting sheep to fall asleep.
Okay, so, okay.
I gave you an 80. Gave you an 80.
Feels a little high. Honestly, that feels a little high.
Okay.
I'll probably give myself a 67. Because I don't have like a middle. I don't kind of like doze off. I'm either awake or I'm asleep. It's quick.
Okay. Overvalued. Overvalued.
Hey, I appreciate it. You're just trying to boost my ratings, and I appreciate that.
So things that I was gonna do before I started thinking maybe we were going that route.
Yeah.
I was thinking um, like group organization / leadership, which was gonna be high.
Okay.
I didn't have a number for it.
I
But
like that.
organizing our posting schedules and really just kind of steering the Better and Green ship. And then editing was one that immediately came to mind. That was going to be off the charts.
Let's go. He's boosting me.
Yeah, those were like what I initially had in mind, but then I was thinking that we were going way more off the wall. So
We might need to redo it because I do like your off the wall ones.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna be thinking about that mink coat all night now.
I still got 2 for Wyatt that have nothing to do with Wyatt, but
Hey, we'll see. You know what? You start with Wyatt. We'll
all
have to
right.
play this for him next week or something.
I'm hoping you did Wyatt better than I did because I kind of dogged him here a little bit. I don't know why, but
Oh shit! Yo, we got the overpower. The one guy that's not here gets dogged. What's wrong with us?
hey, that's what he gets for not being here. And he's let's see, it's 4:00 p.m. for him right now. He's probably sitting on a beach, drunk in Hawaii.
Yeah,
So
no, you're right. You're right. Fuck
he
him.
gets it. Singing with birds.
Okay.
Communicating with the birds via song. Good singer. We've had him sing on our show a couple times.
Yeah.
Heard his voice.
Yes, we have.
77. Decent.
I thought you were gonna be a lot worse than that.
Well, the next one's not quite that good.
Well, let's see if you dipped as low as I did for this one. This is his ability to, I'm gonna call it ignoring appliances. What's taken off in the background? I give him a 26, bro. I dropped that man down low. I think he says something every time we record.
We were missing that this week.
Yeah, we were.
Did not have the jet launch halfway through the show. Oh, it's hilarious. Well, my last one for Wyatt. Simple. And it's not going to be high for anybody. Reading a roadmap.
Oh, shit.
Now, I didn't dog him quite as bad as you did, but 54.
54?
And GPS is different. Roadmap,
Okay.
actual paper, 54.
See, he's a door dasher, so we're going to have to test that out.
Yeah, so am I, and I can't read a map. Well, I can, but I mean, no, it wouldn't work.
I think you might be right. Why it seems too cool to know how to read a map.
Yep. I mean, yeah. GPS, fine. Old school, nope.
I got so I did a couple. I got 3 left just in case we overlapped at all.
Okay, just give them all.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the one I'm gonna hit it right in the middle, and then I'll give you the last 2. So, his ability to wear a t-shirt, just wear a shirt of any kind. Now, you and I have never been topless for an episode, but I believe Mr. Wyatt has probably been in at least 3.
You have you not? No, you've been wet shirt.
I've been wet shirt. I don't think I've been shirtless.
Yeah, maybe not.
I've showed my belly before. I've definitely
done
done that.
Shirtless once we went off air to get the wet t-shirt off. Maybe
It's possible. But yeah, as far as seeing some skin, that's Mr. Wyatt over there. I give him an 83 and an ability to keep his shirt on. I feel like that's pretty fair. It might be a little low, but we only film once a week, and the fact that it's happened maybe 3 times. I believe like he did a Kentucky Derby with just a blazer, no shirt on underneath.
Yep.
And then we have had him in a car after working on a house before.
Yep.
I'm not going to name all the times because then it's going to make it look like I'm going back trying to find all the times this man has been shirtless. I'm just telling you, it's been at least twice.
Yep.
I got his shorts. I gave him a 99 for the shorts. He does a great job.
Oh, that was another one I was thinking of for you.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. So, yeah, I gave Wyatt 99 for that one.
Yep.
And then we had to do accents.
You're talking about him being shirtless. Now you're talking about his shorts? Oh, shorts.
that I couldn't think about how to write that. I'm like the barely matter. Like just all like your quick quips. I was like, I don't know what you call it, but I'm gonna give that in the 90s too. I'll give that one a 91. But his accents, man, I gave him a 72 because they're good, but they always become Asian at the end. Doesn't matter where he starts, they all end at the same place.
That is so true. But God, that had to be the hardest punishment, doing a full episode in accents.
That's where the cats came from, man.
It is. It is. All right, I thought of one for Wyatt. You want me to dog him?
Go ahead.
I'll dog him. Ability to bet against his boys in blue, Michigan Wolverines.
Oh.
0.
1.
0.
Absolutely, man. That's never going to happen.
Off the charts the wrong way.
The wrong way. Hey, that's so true, though. Oh, dang, that's good. Hey, thank you guys for watching. We do this every single week. Wyatt will be back next week, unless he decides to stay, which in beautiful island life he might. But hopefully he's back with us next week. Me and Bobby will be with you guys tomorrow breaking down the UFC card. And me and Ethan will be with you guys on Friday talking about some college football. I'm giving it my best shot. And Ethan's going to lead the way with that one. So thank you guys for watching. Ethan, anything before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, I do have one last thing to say.
Yeah.
Houston Texans.
Oh, shit. What are we? I think this is 6, actually. It's actually, fuck you.
How about you tune in to the college football show on Friday to see number 7?
We'll see you guys there. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.